Welcome. This series of videos is going to look at some of the different distinctions that explain why our government is growing the debt so quickly without any controls, why our deficits are so high, and why nobody's doing anything about it. The first one is one I remember from way back when in college that we need to bring back into vogue. It's Milton Friedman's four-quadrant model explaining four different ways of spending money. And the model looks at whether the money is our money or somebody else's and who benefits. Do we benefit directly or does someone else benefit? So the most efficient way to spend money is my money on me, your money on you. In this case, you care about cost and quality or value, right? It's my money, so I care about cost and it's being spent on me. So I want to make sure I get the best fit for me. Example, buying myself dinner. Second, what about spending my money on someone else, like a gift? Here, I'm cost conscious, but maybe a little bit weaker on value and fit. That's why we hear it's the thought that counts when it's a present. So that's my money being spent on someone else. I care a lot about cost, but a little bit less about getting exactly what the recipient values. Third, somebody else's money is being spent on me. A great example here are the traditional expense accounts. If I'm going to buy myself dinner on an expense account, odds are good that I'm less concerned about cost, assuming that it's an expense account that isn't scrutinized too much. But I'm going to make sure I really enjoy my dinner. So that's third, somebody else's money spent on me. And fourth, and this is where government fits in, somebody else's money spent on someone else. This is the least amount of incentive to care about cost or value. Why? It's not my money and it's not being spent on me. So government officials and elected leaders spending taxpayer money on programs for other people fall into this category. It has the greatest risk of waste and inefficiency. This is really important because these days a lot of people look to government as a silver bullet. We want to shift all of our problems onto government. Here, government, you solve this, solve that, solve everything. Well, the fact is when government takes on that challenge, they're spending someone else's money, all of our money, on other people. It's really important to keep this in mind. Milton Friedman was a big advocate for limiting government's power. And this framework gives a very strong reason why we need to bring it back into vogue again and have people understand it to make sure there's accountability, measurement, competition, and oversight on every dollar government spends.